Hmm. Fire Spirit, Agar. Oh, hey, Pro Rule, it's been a while. Oh, hey, new bro. Are you making that PvP tier list right now for the new update? Yeah, just working on and cooking up that PvP tier list for the Fire Spirit cookie update. The meta did seem a lot different this time around. A lot of weird comps coming up. So can you help us by showing us the tier list? Yeah, let's look at it together because the meta definitely changed a lot after this update. A lot of new comps. Awesome, let's go. Alright guys, so let's get into the Arena PvP tier list for April 2025 after the release of Fire Spirit and Agar Cookie. And I gotta say, the meta was pretty stable for the last 2 seasons. And now with the release of a new Arena Cookie, Fire Spirit, the Arena is changing. The Arena meta is shifting a little bit. New comps are coming up, and I gotta say, the variety of comps are increasing as well. So let's get into it. Just keep in mind that this is going to be based on my opinion as well as my experience inside of the pure vanilla server, climbing all the way up to Grandmasters. And just keep in mind, between servers there may be certain comps that will come up here and there, but also know that quote-unquote meta is going to be the comp that a lot of people are using. It is the best, and it is going to be a comp that a lot of people can just utilize in general to climb the arena. So that is what we're going to get at. So first of all, starting off with the D tier from Sonic all the way down to Tiger Lily. These cookies still the ones that you want to definitely stay away from. From Red Velvet all the way down to Candy Diver are going to be our C tier. C tier are the cookies that, you know, they're pretty good, but still you want to kind of stay away from them as well. From our B tier is from Clouded Cream down to Pumpkin Pie, and then our Macaron all the way down to Carol. Decent cookies, can sometimes be used like very rarely inside of the lower tiers, in the lower ranking, but I would say probably stay away from, at least inside of the arena. Some of these cookies can be used inside of PvE and other stuff, but you know, arena not so much. And then moving on to the A tier, it's gonna be from our Hollyberry down to our Candy Apple. We got Black Sapphire to Sparkling, and then we have Herb and BTS. You can see that I did bring down Hollyberry. The reason why I did is because we're kind of preparing for Hollyberry Awaken, and to be honest, Hollyberry and Dark Cacao both are very outdated ancients. Same thing with something like Pattaya. They were good. They definitely will be better, just like how Dark Cacao was, once they do get like something of a revamp or awakening for someone like Hollyberry. So we're looking out for that. It should be coming in June of 2025 after the release of Eternal Sugar, which is coming in May. And the rest of the cookies, you know, again, I would say A are the average cookies. Like, you still can somehow use them inside of the lower ranks, lower tiers, but once you guys do climb, you definitely want to switch out these cookies for better cookies. Next one is going to be our S tier, from the regular pure vanilla all the way down to latte cookie, and then we have dark choco to peppermint. And you can see that the cookie that I did bring down is actually blueberry pie. So the electric comp, that Stormbringer comp, is pretty much like gone now, so I have brought blueberry pie down back to the S tier. Once more comps like that come out, we will probably see blueberry pie come up, because she is pretty much a PvP as well as right now guild focused cookie. But besides that, I would say the one that I did kind of bring up is going to be Capsaicin. So with the release of Fire Spirit, Capsaicin is kind of being used, not like a meta or anything like that, but definitely is going to be a little bit better than the A tier. The reason why better than Pattaya is because of the immortality or the invincibility that he does get when he is about to die, and he is technically able to dish out more damage than Pattaya in a shorter amount of time, because Pattaya takes so much time to get to that dragon form, dies off even before that. Capsaicin at least is able to use a skill at least once or twice depending on your team, and is able to buff up Fire Spirit as well. So I brought up Capsaicin to S tier. Now moving on to the SS tier is going to be from our Dark Cacao Awaken all the way down to Icicle Yeti. So the ones that we did bring down are going to be something like Burnt Cheese. It's going to be down here now. Burnt Cheese comp is, I think, might come back, but as of right now, somebody else like Financier is actually being used a lot more. I have seen quite a lot of green tea mousse still being used inside of the top ranks, so just keep that in mind. Moonlight is, I think, going to sit out on this one. Of course, some people might cook up something with Moonlight, like always. The weakness debuff and the extra damage you start to get at level 20 Crystal Gem is actually quite good. So we can see that. But the another cookie that we did bring down was Crimson Coral. So I do see a lot less of Crimson Coral. Main reason why is because of the fact that Fire Spirit is being used, and somebody who combos up with Fire Spirit really well is Burning Spice. And when you have Burning Spice, Crimson Coral really just becomes useless because you don't want another frontline tank, and Burning Spice is one of that. So that's the reason why Crimson Coral is going to be used a lot less. Icicle Yeti I do see once in a while, but definitely not something like a meta. But let's get into the new meta tier now, and that is going to be from our Shadow Milk as well as Pure Vanilla Awaken. We still have Golden Cheese Awaken, Burning Spice, Wind Archer, Elder Fairy, Financier with the Magic Candy, as well as Cream Ferret, Snapdragon, and Rockstar. Alright, so these are going to be our new kind of meta tier, and then actually just going to add in our Fire Spirit in here because obviously Fire Spirit is a meta cookie, like everywhere right now. Everywhere inside of the top ranks. Like probably less than 1% is probably not using Fire Spirit in one of their comps. But let's talk about it. So Fire Spirit is a cookie right now who has a bunch of area damage, is able to summon Hydras whenever a cookie dies, as well as has a revive, is able to dish out even more damage once you combo it up with someone like Burning Spice. Sometimes, you know, I've seen and heard that Capsaicin is being used together as well. So Fire Spirit is absolutely broken right now. Some of the cookies that Fire Spirit has replaced, someone like Golden Cheese in certain comps, mostly Wind Archer in certain comps as well. But again, these two cookies are still being used. There are comps like Rockstar right now where you are able to counter some of the, you know, Cream Ferret comps with Fire Spirit that utilizes Golden Cheese. There are comps that people utilize Wind Archer still, and I do see it in the top 100 as well inside of the Pure Vanilla server. So Wind Archer and Golden Cheese are not gone. They are used in more specific comps now, so the variety of comps now that can be used has increased once again, and that's the main reason why. Just because you don't see a certain cookie inside of a comp video doesn't mean that they're completely gone. They're just used a lot less than what they were. Like Wind Archer and Golden Cheese were like 95% of the time inside of a comp, but they're gonna be used less, like maybe 50%, or maybe even lower than that, like 25%, but still going to be in that quote-unquote meta tier, because in certain defense comps, counter comps, you know, going to be really greatly used. So next one we need to talk about is someone like Financier. Financier is being used right now a lot more than someone like Burnt Cheese to put that shield, put that extra damage resist and things like that. Financier having that extra heal and all those extra buffs definitely does help out right now, and I do utilize Financier a lot too to counter a lot of the Rockstar comps. Rockstar comp again is more of a quote-unquote one-shot no watch, all right, or watchless comp right now that can be used too. And another one that is really being popular right now is Snapdragon, because Snapdragon does not die, constantly stays alive, and with no Mystic Flower right now being used inside of the arena, Snapdragon can be used, and honestly is doing really well with that extra buff too. Alright, so that's pretty much what we have for the meta tier. Of course, you know, as time goes by, some cookies might come up to make different comps, but overall this general tier list will definitely stay the same, so just keep that in mind. But lastly, let's just add in Agar, and I'm gonna put Agar in something like the A tier. Definitely better than Prophet, alright, but honestly speaking, not the greatest cookie either. You know, she is able to copy all the legendary skills, but the stats are really bad. The only thing that she has benefit is actually allowing Fire Spirit to do a little bit more damage, because she is a fire type element cookie too, so there is that bonus. But besides that, it's not that great. And yeah, I would say arena wise, Agar is not a good cookie that you want to be using. But pretty much guys, that is gonna be it for our PvP tier list here guys, from the meta tier all the way down to our D tier. And I gotta say, the arena meta is actually a lot more fun than it was before. It was really stale, but it has gotten more action now with Fire Spirit cookie, and I personally have to say I do enjoy it right now. I thought it was gonna be crazy, but it's not as crazy as we thought it's gonna be. It's just definitely different. More comps are coming up, and I would say it's definitely a lot more fun looking at Hydras just shooting at the enemies. You know, hope you guys found the video helpful. Let me know down in the comments below if you have anything, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.